She is standing at the bus stop down the high street, a broken shopping trolley at her feet. She is calling to her kids, but they're not listening. They're dancing round and round in the Thurnscoe rain. She is wondering where the 226 has got to. An empty cardboard wagon soaks her through, as if all the years of giving without taking were culminating in the Thurnscoe rain. Ah, Elaine, ah, Elaine. Nothing lasts forever, our Elaine. Ah, Elaine. Nothing lasts forever, our Elaine. She is sick of feigning pleasure at the bus stop, sick of bargain queues and cheapo shops. She is sick of penny pinching on the gyro, and who can blame her in the Thurnscoe rain? Till the anger like a blister bursts inside her. Winter ransom rages down the Dern. Tomorrow like a second-hand shop window, dissolving in an endless Thurnscoe rain. Ah, Elaine, ah, Elaine. Nothing lasts forever, our Elaine. Ah, Elaine, ah, Elaine. Nothing lasts forever, our Elaine. Once upon a young dream, she wore summers in her hair. Lovers' arms were all that she'd need, circling the square. Summers in her hair. Now the broken shopping trolley's still there waiting. The kids are laughing, splashing everything. She turns the corner, calls, and they come running. And they walk home hand in hand in the Thurnscoe rain. Ah, Elaine, ah, Elaine. Nothing lasts forever, our Elaine. Ah, Elaine, ah, Elaine. Nothing lasts forever, our Elaine. Nothing lasts forever, our Elaine. Nothing lasts forever, our Elaine. Nothing lasts forever, Avery Lane. Nothing lasts forever, Avery Lane. Nothing lasts forever, Avery Lane. Nothing lasts forever, Avery Lane.
As I was a-walking through Barnsley one day, down to the town end I chanced for to stray. Well, me throat it was dry, but no pub could be found, for the Wheatsheaf has lately been razed to the ground.
Farewell to the Wheatsheaf and all of her crew, to the mild men and the bitter men and the lager louts too. Well, we can't buy a pint now, or a single or a double, for the bulldozers came and reduced it to rubble.
Now the welcome was warm and the beer it was cool. There were lads throwing arrows or playing at pool. There were meat pies and pasties and bright green mushy peas, chip butties and sarnies all washed down with ease.
Farewell to the Wheatsheaf and all of her crew, to the mild men and the bitter men and the lager louts too. Well, we can't buy a pint now, or a single or a double, for the bulldozers came and reduced it to rubble.
There were dancers and singers in they used to meet. Now some they had long swords and some 2 left feet. Some sang unaccompanied and some played guitar, while the rest came to listen or prop up the bar.
Farewell to the Wheatsheaf and all of her crew, to the mild men and the bitter men and the lager louts too. Well, we can't buy a pint now, or a single or a double, for the bulldozers came and reduced it to rubble.
Now the last pub in Barnsley to sell Tetley's ale was the victim of a council compulsory sale. Now the Wheatsheaf has gone to make way for a road, for cars, buses and lorries with an extra wide load.
Farewell to the Wheatsheaf and all of her crew, to the mild men and the bitter men and the lager louts too. Well, we can't buy a pint now, or a single or a double, for the bulldozers came and reduced it to rubble.
So here's to the landlord and his fine Tetley brew, to the men with the long swords and the Barnsley lads too. And when we've departed and we're all feeling dry, we will all meet in the Wheatsheaf way up in the sky.
Farewell to the Wheatsheaf and all of her crew, to the mild men and the bitter men and the lager louts too. Well, we can't buy a pint now, or a single or a double, for the bulldozers came and reduced it to rubble.
So come all you town planners and list what I say. Remember the drinker has not had his day. If you're wanting a new road to pass through your town, don't mess with the skyline and knock the pubs down.
Farewell to the Wheatsheaf and all of her crew, to the mild men and the bitter men and the lager louts too. Well, we can't buy a pint now, or a single or a double, for the bulldozers came and reduced it to rubble.
The Youth and Temperance Society sought the salvation of the drunken brotherhood of a travelling mineral bar. They took propriety, dropped the Barnsley bitter boys, the juice is just as good. Then there came a terrible catastrophe. Some old Bowser ran off with the car. The Barnsley Youth and Temperance Society felt so bad that half of them went off into the bar. Minerals and stored them in a shack. The temperature was wrong and I'll tell you all the crack. Nature it combined with forces diabolic to turn the lovely minerals and soft drinks alcoholic. Later at the gathering that was held unwittingly, The women, they were singing all the things you wouldn't think, and all the little choir boys were cooking in the sink. Who should we see but the honorary secretary, chopping up his dinner with a kitchen knife, saying to hell with your Temperance Society. Then he cut the corsets off the poor old vicar's wife. Now the neighbours were complaining that they couldn't sleep a wink. They called up the police then to lock them in the clink. They were singing in the squad cars, singing in the jails. It was rumoured that the village spinster danced the 7 veils. Then the next morning, after all the impropriety, none of them were sorry, but some of them were sore. Then they all declared the end of their sobriety. The Barnsley Youth and Temperance Society's no more. With a toot on a flute, a twiddle on a fiddle, and hope jump, turn around, backs against the wall. Oh, hadn't we the crack lads at the local village hall? Barrel Delaney was zany and fun, a husky-led sleigh ride had not long begun. When the ropes became tangled, she looked on in fear, as the roundabout at Stairfoot was about to appear. But here's Bill, here's Bill, here's Bill, Bill, he's been round and again. Oh, blooming neck said, Beryl, would you just choose a lane? Big brave Bill, from Barnsley he came. Big brave Bill, from the mine. Big brave Bill, we'll remember his name. The hero who sucks up his tea all the time. Here now our hero began to turn green. Tempers were flaring, rude gestures were seen. So with husky still tangled and excellent skill, she pulled up beside him and saved big brave Bill. Here's Beryl, Bill, both with eyes burning bright. The huskies agreed it was love at first sight. Big brave Bill, from Barnsley he came. Big brave Bill, from the mine. Big brave Bill, we'll remember his name. The hero who sucks up his tea all the time. Daughter and son, they take after Dad, do Belinda and Bob. They go after baddies who hurt, steal and rob. So here's Bill, Beryl, Belinda and Bob. With huskies to boot, they make such a fine mob. Big brave Bill, from Barnsley he came. Big brave Bill, from the mine. Big brave Bill, all the time. Big brave Bill's more, from Barnsley they came. Big brave Yorkshire tea.